new toy. Hello ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to my channel. My name is Bing, I'm a photo and video creator. And it's 2020 now, so Happy New Year to everyone. I wish you have a wonderful start in 2020. Today's video is supposed to be a bokeh comparison between full-frame APS-C and micro four thirds sensors. But I realized that I need some extra gear after I started. So that video will come later once I get the gear I need. In today's video, let's take a look at this cheap lens which has a wide aperture. Whoa. Can you focus now? Sometimes I hate to do pixel autofocus. I mean, it is good, but can you just ignore my face? No. You can't. Okay. Did I set the name of this lens? This is a Yongnuo 50mm f1.4. It's weird that there isn't a lot of videos about this lens on YouTube, neither some other lenses from Yongnuo, so I'll try to make some reviews of them in my channel. Stay tuned. Build quality. This lens is heavy compared to the Canon 50mm f1.8 STM, even the f.4 USM version. This lens is 572 grams. Yeah, it's much heavier. The body is made by plastic. Even though it feels nice and solid, it doesn't feel cheap. Also, it has a nice raw finish on the surface. The mount is made by metal and there are gold-placed contact points. Once you mount it with the camera, it is tight. Good fitting. The lens cap is kind of old school, but the quality is okay. Actually, it is very nice. It has a metal screw filter mount, which the diameter is 58mm. And here is a micro USB port for firmware update. You also got the focusing distance indicator here. The thing I don't like about this lens is the focus ring is made by plastic instead of a nice soft rubber ring. So wait. It's actually made by aluminum. Don't ask me how I found out. Focus ring made by aluminum. Weird. Optical structure. This lens has a 7-group 9-pieces optical element design. And here I quote from the website: the multi-layer coating technology to effectively increase light transmittance, control backlight, ghosting, and glare. We'll find out that later. The lens is built in with electromagnetic aperture, which basically means it supports auto-exposes shooting mode on your camera. The autofocus driving system. So the focus driving system is based on a DC motor, so it's not fast and it's not silent. But it does its job. It will only be noisy when it starts to hunt from end to end. During a regular shooting, I'm okay with it. The f1.4 aperture is already hard to handle come to the focusing. With an old DC motor, you better check playback every time to make sure the subject is focused. This lens doesn't have a full-time manual focus feature, so when the autofocus is on, you can still turn the focus ring, but it won't do anything. Image quality. First, sharpness. At the aperture wide open f1.4, the image from it is decently sharp. in the middle of the frame. The edge is a bit blurry. The contrast at f1.4 is not enough. It looks flat and a little bit gray. At aperture f1.8, the contrast and the sharpness got better, but the edge is still less sharper than the center. This lens has a slight vignetting, but it's easy to fix in post if you don't like it. And the backlight ghosting and the glare is well controlled. I wouldn't worry about them because the photo editing software are very powerful nowadays. You can easily deal with them. The purple fringing is terrible from this lens. It's aperture wide open. So there's no way that you can shoot some tiny, shiny, feature-rich subject for video. The focus ring stroke is very long on this lens, so you can do some precise focusing with it. And the big aperture will be very useful to shoot in a low light situation. The summary. If you are a budget photographer, I suggest you to buy the Canon 50mm f1.8 STI, which is the latest version. That one has a silent motor, the autofocus is very fast. It's lighter, a little bit cheaper, and overall it's more reliable than this one. It's simply not. The wider aperture, the better. From my experience, the sharpness is always the first. You can never save a blurred portrait photo in post. I mean, somehow you can, to do it for a friend, for some free. So you should definitely avoid this lens for commercial shootings due to the softness around the edge. If you don't care about heavy body, the noisy motor, and the softness, or you're a video maker, you can still give it a try. It can be a very good investment. Actually, I've got a lot of fun from the wide aperture. I'll put some sample images in the description down below so that you can download them, check it yourself. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, that's the video for today. Thanks for joining me. Hit the like button, consider subscribing if you think this video is useful, and leave a comment down below if you have any questions. More contents are coming, so stay tuned. I'll see you in the next video. Bye.